Welcome back to Car Talk Han, and I gotta tell you, today's episode has had me buzzing all week because I'm standing next to a car that genuinely made me do a double take the first time I saw it in person, the 2027 Mercedes-AMG GT 4-door coupe. This isn't some minor refresh, folks. This is AMG throwing out the rulebook they've followed for decades and building something completely new from the ground up. And by the time we're done today, you're going to understand exactly why this thing has the entire performance car world talking. Let's start with the elephant in the room, because I know a lot of you are already typing, "Where's the V8?" in the comments. Mercedes-AMG has officially retired the twin-turbo V8 for this generation of the GT 4-door and replaced it with a brand new electric architecture called AMG.EA. And trust me, once you see the numbers, you're going to forget about that gas engine real quick. This car runs on 3 axial flux motors, 1 up front and 2 out back, and axial flux tech is a big deal because it's lighter and more power dense than the traditional radial motors most EVs use. The base GT55 model, which is arriving first, puts down 805 horsepower and a mountain of 1,328 pound-feet of torque, and that alone would make most sports cars blush. But then there's the GT63, and this is where things get genuinely absurd. We're talking 1,153 horsepower and 1,475 pound-feet of torque, numbers that 30 years ago would have belonged to a Formula One car, not something you can option with rear seats and a trunk. Mercedes says the GT63 with the optional AMG performance package will hit 60 miles an hour in just 2.0 seconds flat and keep rolling to 124 miles an hour in around 6.4 to 6.8 seconds, depending on conditions. Top speed comes in at an electronically limited 186 miles an hour. I've said this before on this channel, but I'll say it again. Those are hypercar numbers wrapped inside a 4-door luxury sedan, and that combination still feels a little unbelievable even as I'm saying it out loud. Now let's talk about what's actually making all that power happen, because the engineering underneath this car is honestly the most interesting part of the whole story. The GT rides on an 800-volt electrical architecture with an F1-derived battery pack using directly cooled cylindrical cells, and the battery itself is rated around 106 kilowatt-hours. What that buys you is genuinely elite charging speed, up to 600 kilowatts at a fast enough station, meaning you could theoretically add serious range back in the time it takes to grab a coffee. Mercedes is calling this sprint-like performance over marathon-like distances, and after digging into the engineering, I actually think that tagline is earned rather than just marketing fluff. Let's step back and talk styling, because photos genuinely do not do this car justice. In person, the proportions hit different. You've got this long, low, motorsport-inspired hood that stretches out dramatically, paired with a cabin that's been pushed rearward for better weight balance and a more dramatic silhouette. The AMG-specific vertical slat grille is bold, almost confrontational, and for the first time ever, Mercedes is offering an illuminated grille and illuminated star badge, which sounds like a small detail until you see it lit up at night and realize how much presence it adds. I'll be honest, when the first photos leaked, I thought it looked a little strange, almost like a concept car that snuck onto the actual production line. But standing next to it now, I get it. It's polarizing on purpose, and once it clicks for you, it really clicks. Step inside and the theme continues, blending motorsport DNA with genuine luxury sedan comfort. The cabin sits low and wraps around you the way a proper sports car should, but you've still got real space in the back seat for actual adult humans, which is the whole point of this being a 4-door in the first place. Materials feel every bit as premium as you'd expect at this price point, with sculpted seats that hug you through corners without feeling like a track-only race bucket. It's a cabin built to work whether you're doing a spirited canyon run on Saturday morning or chauffeuring your family to dinner on Sunday night. And honestly, not many performance sedans pull off that dual personality as convincingly as this one does. Now let's get into the technology, because AMG went all in here. You've got AMG Dynamic Select with 7 different drive programs, letting you completely reshape how the car behaves depending on your mood or the road ahead. There's also the Predictive Performance Manager system, which includes dedicated endurance and hot lap modes specifically designed to help the car deliver consistent lap times if you actually take it to a track, which tells you Mercedes isn't just paying lip service to performance credibility here. And then there's the feature that's going to spark the most debate in your comment section: AMGForce, the simulated engine soundtrack that pipes in a genuinely convincing V8 growl through the speakers as you accelerate, complete with simulated gear shifts. I was skeptical going in, fully expecting it to feel gimmicky and hollow, but it's tuned well enough that it actually enhances the emotional experience instead of feeling like a cheap party trick. So how does it actually feel from behind the wheel? In a word, ferocious. The acceleration is the kind that presses you back into the seat and doesn't really let go. That instant, uninterrupted electric torque delivery that makes even seasoned enthusiasts go quiet for a second the first time they floor it. But what impressed me more than the straight-line speed was how composed this thing feels when you start asking it real questions through corners. Despite weighing well over 2.5 tons thanks to that massive battery pack, the low center of gravity and the smart torque distribution between the 3 motors mean it changes direction with far more agility than a car this size has any business showing. It doesn't try to hide its weight, but it manages it beautifully, and that's the mark of genuinely excellent chassis engineering. Ride quality deserves its own moment here too, because this isn't a car that beats you up on the daily commute just to be fast on a Sunday. The adaptive air suspension does a genuinely impressive job of soaking up rough pavement and expansion joints in comfort mode, while still tightening up dramatically the moment you switch into a sportier setting. Rear axle steering adds a level of low-speed maneuverability that makes this big sedan feel noticeably smaller in parking lots and tight city streets than its actual dimensions would suggest. It's that dual-natured comfort meets aggression thing again, and it's genuinely one of the more impressive engineering balancing acts I've experienced in a performance EV this size. Let's talk rivals now, because no review is honest without putting this thing up against the competition it's actually gunning for. First up, the Porsche Taycan Turbo GT, which brings 1,019 horsepower and 914 pound-feet of torque to the fight, hitting 60 in around 2.2 seconds. It's an incredible piece of engineering with razor-sharp handling, but AMG counters with more outright horsepower and a genuinely more dramatic design statement that's harder to ignore in a parking lot. Then there's the Lucid Air Sapphire, packing a jaw-dropping 1,234 horsepower and matching that same blistering 2.2-second sprint to 60. The Lucid actually edges out the AMG on paper in outright power, and its interior tech and efficiency numbers are genuinely class-leading. But where the AMG pulls ahead is in outright motorsport theater, that AMG DNA, the sound, the drive modes built specifically for track use, and honestly, the brand cachet that still means something huge to a lot of luxury performance buyers. And we can't forget the Audi E-tron GT, which plays in a similar space but leans more toward refined daily usability than outright track day aggression. It's a fantastic car in its own right, beautifully built and wonderfully composed, but it simply doesn't chase the same ferocious, hypercar-adjacent numbers that the AMG GT63 is throwing down. Compared against all 3 of these rivals, the AMG GT 4-door genuinely holds its own, and in a few key categories, it actually leads the pack outright. So who should actually be buying this car? This is for the driver who refuses to compromise, someone who wants blistering, top-tier performance, but absolutely will not give up rear seats, a usable trunk, or genuine everyday livability. It's for someone who already loves the AMG badge and everything it represents, but is ready to embrace the electric future rather than resist it. It's also for the buyer who wants to make a statement, because let's be honest, very few cars on the road right now are going to turn heads quite like this one does, whether people love the design or find it a little polarizing. Now let's get honest about the pros and cons, because that's what you come to Car Talk On for. On the plus side, you're getting absolutely monstrous performance numbers, genuinely elite fast charging capability thanks to that 800-volt architecture, a design that's bold and unmistakably its own thing, real rear seat usability, and tech features like Predictive Performance Manager that show AMG actually cares about track credibility, not just spec sheet bragging rights. On the con side, this is AMG's first ground-up electric performance car, so long-term reliability is genuinely in proven territory, and that's a real consideration if you're the type who keeps a car for the long haul. The styling, while I've grown to love it, is going to be a hard sell for traditionalists who want their AMG looking like an AMG of old. Official pricing and range figures are still being finalized, though expectations put the GT 4-door starting around $150,000, climbing significantly higher once you start adding performance packages, which is a serious ask even in this segment. And that simulated AMGForce soundtrack, while impressively done, is still going to feel artificial to the purists who grew up worshipping the sound of a real combustion V8. So here's my final verdict, and I don't say this lightly. The 2027 Mercedes-AMG GT 4-door Coupe is one of the most genuinely ambitious performance EVs I've ever gotten behind the wheel of, and it proves AMG can build an electric car with real soul instead of just spec sheet numbers thrown together to chase headlines. Is it perfect? No, and the price tag combined with the unproven reliability of an all-new platform means this isn't a car for the faint of heart or the faint of wallet. But if you want a 4-door that can legitimately embarrass supercars in a straight line while still comfortably hauling your family to dinner, I genuinely don't think there's anything else out there right now doing it quite this convincingly. Alright, that's the 2027 Mercedes-AMG GT 4-door Coupe, and I want to hear from you. Would you actually make the jump from a V8 AMG to this electric monster? Or are you sticking with combustion until they pry it from your hands? Drop your honest opinion down in the comments. I read every single one of them. If this review helped you out, smash that like button. It genuinely helps this channel grow more than you'd think. And if you're not subscribed to Car Talk On yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.